Hello, I'm going to show you how to set up your Zoom class sessions for a virtual class. Within your Ivy Learn class, you will click on the Zoom link and you will see the option in the top right corner to schedule a new meeting. When you do that, you want to go ahead and rename it so it's a little bit clearer for the students, such as in this case, IVYT 111. You can go ahead and put the section number back in there. Um, But I like to put like when the class is. So in my case, it would be every Wednesday from 1 to 2:50 p.m. That way it shows up very clearly for them. As far as your meeting description, you can put in here anything that you would like, such as something like this that I have in the text here. I'm emphasizing that it's an interactive class period, and I'm repeating the times and also the dates of the class, and that they'll be asked to participate throughout the class session and take notes, just so that they can be prepared for that and that it's not a traditional lecture class. So the first, you would go ahead and set the when to be the first class meeting date, and you can only set, you can set the start time here. And then as far as the duration, you can only set it for, as far as the minutes go, you only have 15-minute increments. So I usually make mine 1 hour and 45 minutes. And then to make sure that it meets every week, you can do recurring meeting, and you want it to recur weekly, obviously, and you want it to repeat every week on Wednesday, which usually means, well, on the day of the week of your class, you need to click that date and unclick the default there. And then you can either put in the end date or you can say after, and of course we have 8 occurrences. So either one of those options is fine, but that way it'll be the same link for all of your weekly class sessions. And then as far as the passcode and the waiting room go, you can choose one or either or both. I'm a passcode person, but that is up to you. And then the video, you can choose on or off here. If you do select on, it's not necessarily that the students will all have their videos on, because what will happen is they will get a pop-up on their screen that says, would you like to have your video on? So that is not an automatic, but you are welcome to use that option. I typically uncheck enable join before host. That way they're not sitting in the room before you get there. And I do like to mute participants upon entry so that there's not background noise. And then I go ahead and to set it to record automatically so I don't have to think about it in the cloud. You have options here. If you do not check that, then you just have to remember to click the record button whenever you're ready to get going. You do not necessarily have to include things like an icebreaker that you might do at the beginning of class or any sort of casual chatting. So for me, I typically click it, and then when I go into the class, I click pause, and then I click play whenever I'm ready. So you just have to think about that before you get in there to do that. And then those are the only options that you can do right here. So you click save, and we should see them show up as 8 meetings in the future. And then going forward, this is where you can edit your polls here, down here. So you can click edit this meeting and do any polls down there. If you are looking for some advanced options, that is shown in another video called Advanced Zoom Setup Options. And you can do things such as setting it up so that only you hear the chime and the exit sound when someone comes in and leaves, so that way it's not a distraction for the students. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out that video.